Welcome to TVXVideo.com's coverage of the San Diego Division I Lacrosse Championships. Along with Chris O'Mahony, I'm Mark Heller. Thanks for joining us. The second of a triple header. If you missed Game 1, it was La Jolla winning 11-5 to be Division II champions. But in this one, we kind of have a couple of upstarts that have made it here to the championship game. Let's start off with San Marcos, the number 5 seed, and this is how they got there. They didn't get a first-round bye, so they had to play from the opening round, Chris. 13-1 over Serra, then knocked off Grossmont 12-8, and then the 8-6 victory over La Jolla Country Day to get here. What really mixed things up in that side of the division was that the number 1 seed, Mount Carmel, got upset in the quarterfinals by La Jolla Country Day by the count of 9-8.
Strong game for La Jolla Country Day in that one, and another strong performance out of them against San Marcos. I was on that game officiating. Heck of a performance. Sorry, one team had to lose, but San Marcos prevailed late, just with their depth coming through strong. La Jolla Country Day played hard under Coach Rory in his farewell season, but it was a good time. And, no heads were hung after that game, but San Marcos prevailed, and they deserve to be here.
11-10 on the year. Mike Mathai, their head coach, in his 11th year from the University of Delaware. Another East Coast guy coming out to run a program out here. Meanwhile, for Santa Fe Christian, they were the number 2 seed, got a first-round bye, knocked off Pacific Ridge 10-7. Edge Scripps Ranch, an exciting one, 9-8 to get here in the championship game. And outstanding program of the Eagles. They have red and gold uniforms that you'll see. Tom DeMaio, their veteran coach, and boy, he's done a heck of a job with the program, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. He has to work again against smaller numbers, teaching these kids from the ground up. Definitely just 2 teams here with a strong work ethic. They've had to fight and claw their way to get to this point in the season, and they're here now. Don't leave anything on the sideline, guys. Leave it all on the field.
Yeah, they opened up with 11 consecutive victories, and I like that opening win that they had against Orange County's Jay Serra, one of the Orange County Powers. Won 11 in a row. Then they hit a little snip in the road where they lost 3 in a row to Bishops, Pacific Ridge, and Bishops, but then got back on their winning waves with victories over La Jolla Country Day and Pacific Ridge to wrap up the regular season, and then the 2 playoff wins that we spoke about. So moments away from the start of this one, and should be interesting to see how this one plays out. The upstart San Marcos Knights, their first ever trip to a championship game, and you always wonder how kids respond the first time they make it to the big dance.
Absolutely. Starts right here in the face-off X.
Yep, Battle X. That's where so many matches are won and lost. And who are the officials for the game here tonight?
Head official is Rick Christensen. Carlo Maglione, is his umpire. And then here on our wing on the right is Glenn Inego, field judge.
Yep, and
strong crew.
Yep, and the ball is scooped up and picked up. Here come the Eagles. They have it, led by number 7. It's Evan Smith, the sophomore. Aaron pass gets thrown away. Loose ball. Who wants that ground ball? It's those 50-50 balls that decide a lot of the matches, don't they, Chris?
Oh, absolutely. Now we'll see what's going to happen here. So we have an over and back call. Looks like there's a little delay on what we should have had as a quick whistle. The play resumes right away.
Here comes Hobart Teets. He has 34 goals on the year. He's their most dangerous offensive weapon, and let's see what the Knights can do here in their first offensive possession. 4 12-minute quarters here in high school lacrosse. They give way to Cole Irvine, and they're going to go into their half-court set. What do you look for here from the Knights?
More patience than I thought I would see right there. Usually they're control the ball, set the tempo, make sure they get their play run right.
Yeah, shot by Teets is made and the save is made. So a loose ball for the scrum, and coming away with it is San Marcos. So
great ground ball. See if they can bring it back here, get it under control, get into their rhythm.
Talk about the importance when you're on offense of trying to find that short stick defender to find the offensive advantage.
Well, it's definitely easier to go against a short stick. Again, you got to test the waters. There's in high school, there's only 4 long poles out in the field, unlike a men's club where there's 5, right? So you want to make sure you get your right matchup. Usually there's a dedicated short stick defensive midi out there too. But they seem to have found their matchup here. They're going to attack number 9 for Santa Fe Christian.
Yep, it's Kai Moy with it. He wears number 41, sophomore attackman. Scramble. San Marcos comes away with it once again. So they're winning those early ground balls, giving him possession of the ball. Cole Irvine. Aaron pass.
It's a good look to the crease. Guy was open.
Yep.
keeping their heads up, and they're patting those ground ball stats right off the bat early.
Yep, and they're going to rule it goes to Santa Fe Christian, but I love the early hustle of the night showing that, hey, we do belong here today.
They came to play, no doubt about it.
So here come the Eagles. Their starting lineup is Clerk, Liguadoka, Walker, Littlejohn, Koopman, your goalie, Stallworth, Goldseth, Ontiveros, Lipscomb, and Deepjack. And the guys you want to look for is Hank Ontiveros, 73 goals, 16 assists on the year. And then David Deepjack with 51 goals and 12 assists, the top two scorers for the Eagles. But turnover there, and here comes San Marcos. They've had the better edge of it so far early on here in quarter one, 9.5 minutes to go.
Strong ride there, forcing a failure to advance, not getting the ball over the midfield line within the 20-second allotment. So, strong ride, pays off early for San Marcos. Again, hard-nosed lacrosse, working hard early.
So Tom DeMaio's team finds themselves playing a lot of defense. Back east guy as well. Boston, Massachusetts. Shot on the way, score! 1-0 your score. Boy, just letting it rip for the 1-0 score. That's number 19, TJ Kakavo, his 27th goal of the year, and they take a 1-0 lead with 9:03 to go here in quarter number one.
Strong look, great shot, way to find the hole low there.
Yep.
Definitely one of their leaders.
And here's the replay as we see it right here. Getting Kakavo open. He just lets it rip, and he hits the bottom of the right side of the net for the goal. And 1-0 your score. San Marcos up. 9:03 to go here in quarter one. The battle on faceoff. And the Knights come away with it. Boy, they are coming away with all the 50-50 balls early on. I'm really impressed with the play of this young squad, making their first ever championship appearance.
Number 11 working hard, getting it done on the face-off X so far. 2 big wins.
Yep, that's by Colin Berman. Shot on the way, goes wide, and that's a point-blank shot right there.
Great save.
Boy, if you're San Marcos, you want to have that shot opportunity all over again.
Absolutely, great save, good backup, keeping their composure, getting right back into it, and attacking again. We got a foot race for the ball.
Yeah, that was Kai Moy. That was Kai Moy who had that shot opportunity. Let's see if Santa Fe Christian can get their offense going. This is a team that puts up some nice numbers goal-wise. Last 4 games, they've scored 15, 10, 10, and 9 goals. Let's see what they can do. This is really just their second offensive possession so far of this first quarter.
Yeah, first successful clear. That'll go a long way for the confidence boost. Hopefully get them on the right track here.
Yep. You know, sometimes you get those early game jitters when it comes to the championship, and right now each team just kind of feeling each other out, but I've been impressed with the way San Marcos, they've really come to the table ready to play here today, and they have the early 1-0 lead.
Santa Fe Christian definitely taking their time, trying to get their personnel in the right spots. Let's see what kind of attack they've put together.
Yep, for the first time, San Marcos playing defense here in this match. Aaron pass out of bounds on forced turnover to San Marcos.
Not going to be able to have those all game long, or this one will be over early.
Yep. The Eagles a year ago were 10-9. Year before that, 13-6. Outstanding years were back in 2010 and 2008 when they were 15-5 each year. So a victory today would give them the most victories ever in a single season in Eagle history. But right now they're facing a night team giving them all they can handle and then some, up 1-0 early on. And they are patient off to Luca Lietti. He set the pace with 25 assists for the Knights during the course of the season. A team 11-10 on the year, 1-4 in the Avocado West League. Shot, score! Up 2-0 are the Knights. They have been impressive with the goal. Kakavo comes up with his second goal of the game. This one at the 6:49 mark. And for Kakavo, that's his 28th goal of the season.
So far, he's putting the team on his back. He's ready to carry them to the promised land here.
That he is indeed. So Kakavo just lets her rip, and they're up 2-0. The importance of Santa Fe to win this faceoff is paramount because they just need some offensive possessions.
Now, and we got an early movement on Santa Fe Christian.
Nope, they call early movement on San Marcos.
Impressive.
I never thought I'd see an official get a call wrong, but we just witnessed it here, ladies and gentlemen. Chris O'Mahony.
He must have hiccuped there early, forcing that early movement on Santa Fe Christian.
Yep, so what do the Eagles need to do to kind of get their offense on track here, Chris?
Well, winning the face-off definitely helps. You got to have that ball on your stick. You got to take care of it here. Can't force unforced errors. Absolutely not. Get in your rhythm. Listen to what Coach DeMaio's been telling you. Just run your plays. Take a deep breath. Do what's been working for you all year. Follow the same game plan that's got you here. Attack the goal with the guys you know can shoot and score.
Eagles have won 4 consecutive games coming into this championship game and looking to win their first ever CIF championship. With it, Chad Clerk. Looking to move around, just looking to kind of get a flow, looking for a seam and opening to be able to take a shot on goal. But San Marcos' defense has been really impressive early on.
Yeah, not falling for that quick pick and roll, a high pick and roll. It's a classic move. Everybody uses it, and very successfully at all levels through all sports.
You want to slide when playing defense, but not over pursue. Shot on the way, score! And that was really the first true shot attempt, and the goal put in by David Deepjack, the senior attack man. That's his 52nd goal of the year. It comes with 5:34 to go in quarter number 1. We have a 2-1 match. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered if you're a Santa Fe Eagle fan.
Absolutely. Looks like the game plan is to go through the midfielders, drive hard, see what San Marcos gives you. The slide doesn't come quick enough. Bury that thing in the back of the net. Well done. Greatly executed. See if they can keep it going here with the face-off.
And they do just that, coming away with a face-off win. Good job by Hank Ontiveros. And you're going to hear that name a lot because this young man has tallied 73 goals this year. So needless to say, they want to get him on track.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly. Yeah, they definitely run it through him, and it all starts with the face-off X. Definitely the workhorse for SFC.
Yep, and he's given a verbal commit to Division I Wagner College in Staten Island, New York, home of the Seahawks.
Kudos to Wagner. They're getting another great player out here. They've been picking San Diego lacrosse players up left and right, a few from Carlsbad just the past few years ago, and now they're getting another good one.
Yeah, and they have a nice facility to play lacrosse. I remember that from back in the days in the 80s when I did Hofstra football as a mere college student at Hofstra University for WRHU Radio 88.7 FM, where the sportscasting journey for Mark Heller began. Let's see what the Eagles can do here. Down 2-1, looking to tie.
So their feet got tied up there. They're going to call it incidental contact.
Yeah, I thought there might have been a trip there, but they're letting them play.
That's off the defense. We shouldn't have an over and back. Good recognition.
Nice job to keep it alive for the Eagles.
Right back at it again.
Yep, they trail 2-1. And San Marcos with the pick. This Knight defense has played extremely well.
Somehow number 13 was able to keep that in his stick.
Yep.
Some heavy checks. Well done.
And so once again, they'll go into their offensive attack here. With it right now, David Somera, a senior midi, now gives way to Hobart Teets. He's one of the guys that makes the engine run for this San Marcos Knight offense.
Absolutely. Look for Teets to keep the ball firing out of his stick.
Yeah.
Run it through him. Look for a quick feed for him on the wing. Usually driving down the left side. Goalie's left side, our right side.
Yep, they have 3 freshmen in their starting lineup, and Coach Mathai told me you'll see 5 to 6 freshmen who will get playing time throughout the match. So this is a very young team.
Oh, absolutely. And Coach Mathai's done a great job. He's been making these guys better guys on and off the field. Their work ethic clear here early on. Something we've been lucky enough to see as officials all year long.
Yep, Teets was looking for an opening but couldn't find one, and they'll reload. Expect them to go back to that right side. I mean, you know what they're looking to do.
Oh, yeah. Looks like SFC has dropped into a zone here, trying to see if they can slow down that San Marcos attack early on.
Cacavo, he's got both of their goals early on. He's gotten the job done. Now moves his way up top, and they swing it left side. Good ball movement, really making the Santa Fe defense work.
Trying to find that one guy who will slip and follow through.
Kakavo lets it fly, and a beautiful save is made by Grant Koopman, the sophomore goalie. He was all Coastal League, a transfer from the Rock Academy. 123 saves on the year entering tonight.
And great recognition by the long pole on SFC there to chase that ball out of bounds, recognizing it was a shot, getting possession for his team. Well executed clear so far.
Pretty quick first quarter of play. We're down to 2:12 to go here in the first. 2-1 San Marcos leads Santa Fe Christian. The Division I championship game on the line here from Granite Hills High School here in El Cajon, California, eastern San Diego County. For those of you who are not from the San Diego area and watching somewhere around the country or the world, here at www.tvxvideo.com. Along with Chris O'Mahony, I'm Mark Heller. Thanks for joining us. This has been an entertaining quarter, very quick quarter of play. Looking for that seam and that opening.
Tough one to call there for the officials. I'm glad they're letting them play. It was a little off-ball pick. Could have had a moving screen.
Little John?
Santa Fe Christian didn't try to attack the goal, so I think they just let him stand up and keep playing incidental contact.
Lipscomb, he's the guy who will be at the point of their attack. Little John on the right wing right now, and we're down to 1:15 to go here in quarter one. 2-1, San Marcos leads. The Knights, the number 5 seed. The Eagles, the number 2 seed. But the higher seed finds themselves trailing early on in this
Santa Fe Christian here really holding the ball, trying to hold for the last shot, putting the pressure on the officials to maybe force them to go to the goal early. They don't want to give the ball back to San Marcos. They've seen the success they've had with it.
And maybe also part of it is to force the Knights to play a little bit of defense, because a lot of this game has been on their offensive end. We're down to 40 seconds to play.
There's the call. Now the Santa Fe Christian will have to keep it in the box. It's not a shot clock. That's only in college now. They will have to keep it in the attack box, which is roughly up to the 30-yard line and just outside the football numbers.
Divjak, he operates from behind the cage. Looking to try to find someone open. His shot goes wide and possession will be kept. 13.4 seconds to go. I don't know if that was the shot you were really looking for after that long possession.
Definitely not. He was feeling the pressure, the time being on. Again, just a guy who's used to using his big body and size to get into a position.
Last 3 seconds, that shot goes errant and wide by Hank Ontiveros with 2.2 seconds to go.
Force the crease.
Shot just goes wide, and that's going to wrap up the first quarter of play from Granite Hills High in El Cajon, California. Well, a couple of early goals from TJ Kakavo, and it's San Marcos 2, Santa Fe Christian 1. You're watching exclusive action of the Division I Lacrosse Championships in San Diego County right here at www.tvxvideo.com. The following read I promised I was going to make from my friend and Vice President of Time Warner Cable Business Class Sales, Todd Spooner. His son is going to be moving on and playing college next year at Westminster. And he said Tom DeMaio, the head coach of Santa Fe Christian, has been Cole's club coach with Bunch Nation the last couple of years, so we know him very well. If you get a chance, say hello to him and mention our name. We'd love to have a shout out to Tom and all the help he provided to Cole and continue to provide my younger son Carson as well. Tom's son Anthony at Coronado High School broke the all-time high school scoring record this year. He's a senior going to Boston University next year, and his brother Nick, currently a sophomore, will be following him. And speaking of Time Warner, we want to thank them for giving us the rights to be able to broadcast these championship games. And if you happen to know anyone in need of Time Warner business class services, coax or fiber, internet, phone, and video services, they can simply call yours truly, Mark Heller. You can either reach me at 714-620-5547, or if you prefer emailing, it's Mark, mark.heller, Heller, at twcable.com. We've completed 12 minutes of play here from Granite Hills High in El Cajon, California, the home of some sports legendary guys such as Brian Giles and Tommy Vardell. And
oh, yeah.
Do you remember those guys back in the day?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Looking up to them.
both as San Diego Padres. That's where I really got to know the Giles boys and looked up to them. But yeah,
Sure.
definitely some hometown heroes around here.
Absolutely. I remember Tommy Vardell went on to Stanford in the
That's right.
National Football League, a bruising runner, also a real good blocker out of the backfield. And the second quarter of play is underway. So if you're Santa Fe Christian, as they're on the attack, what do you think was being told in between quarters?
I think he told them to take a deep breath, start getting back to the basics, and let them know do what they're getting used to, play their game, run their offenses. Just don't let the size of the game get to them. And so far, so good. Good early possession, taking care of the ball.
Yep, it's R.J. Walker with it. He wears number 12, a senior midi attack captain going to Southern Oregon University on a football scholarship where he's a slot receiver.
Wow.
So good athlete. Shut him away, and a beautiful save made. Oh, my.
Well, he was showing some of that quickness a slot receiver needs right there. And, hey, San Marcos with a quick, great ground ball, pushing the tempo. Great look.
Yep, a Grant Koopman. Shot other way, score! That was a quick score. Talk about transition play. Oh, my.
Beautiful, number 29.
And for San Marcos, that's going to be Luca Lietti coming up with the goal, known as being an assist guy, but comes up with a big-time goal with 11:02 to go here in the first half, and 3-1 your score.
Yep.
And that, it's just amazing how scoring opportunity on one end, you can't convert. They quickly clear, and in a matter of seconds, Lietti, is put in the back of the net.
It's a game of transition. It's where it's all won and lost. Great recognition by Lietti to see his attack or his defenseman coming down, his guy sliding, and to really just pop to the crease. And kept his composure there too as he lost the ball.
Shot on the way and save is made. Nice job right there by Daniel Plew.
Yeah, Lietti showed a lot of composure after he lost the ball initially to pick it back up. And you're right there on the crease. There's a lot of heat coming down, and you know it. He kept his composure, stayed focused, and buried it in the back of the net. Good job.
Grant Koopman with the save, and now here come the Eagles. Boy, they need some kind of attack, and let's see what they can do right here.
Yeah, game's still close. No need for them to panic quite yet. They definitely got to find their rhythm. They'd like to put one on the board, make this a one-goal game.
I think a big part has just been a lack of offensive possessions.
That's true. When they do have the ball, the first time they threw it away, unforced error. Yeah, they just got to get in their game, work it around, find the seam. And their coach knows what he's doing. He's going to get these guys in order, and we're in for a good one here. This game's far from over.
Yep. They got to find a way to get Hank Ontiveros open and get him going because, he's their go-to guy. When they're working on all cylinders, it's because he's pushing it on attack. Shot, save.
Beautiful save.
Nice save there by Daniel Plew.
Another great ground ball by San Marcos.
Goalie, 6'1", 190. And here come the Knights with a 3-1 lead, and they're looking for more.
Another great ground ball. That's where it's won. Ground ball statistics.
You look at the battle of these loose ground balls, it just seems like the Knights are coming up with all of them.
Some might say luck, right place, right time, but they are not giving Santa Fe Christian another opportunity.
Yep.
That ball's on the ground. They're picking it up. First scoop.
Colin Berman with it. He wears number 11. They bring it up top. Give way to Cacavo. He scored the first 2 goals for San Marcos here today.
He's feeling good. Let's see if he's still feeling good.
Yep. No player likes anything better than the old hat trick, especially in the championship game.
Oh, yeah. Early on, first half hat trick.
Yep. Division I championship on the line. San Marcos, they have been impressive.
Great defense there. Way to keep your stick up in the passing lane by number 7.
Yeah, that's a rare turnover, and Evan Smith coming away with it.
Wants to switch fields there, see if he can force the lane, and it worked out. They found the seam.
Yep, here comes Linguidoka, the junior defenseman.
Another good clear for Santa Fe Christian.
Yeah, he's a football starter at both wide receiver and strong safety. Now they give way to David Divjak, who's going to attend University of Colorado at Boulder. Will be playing in the MCLA, and maybe he'll be officiating a game we'll be playing in next year.
I sure hope so. He's got a lot of talent, and that's a great school to be attending. Good for him.
It was a fun tournament, the MCLA this year. Congratulations to both Chapman and St. Thomas for being Division I and Division II champions, respectively.
Absolutely, and a big shout out to Coach Dallas Hartley, who was the MCLA Coach of the Year for Division I.
Yeah, you've known Dallas for a while, huh?
We were both proud alumni of Sonoma State University, Cossacks and Seawolves. We changed the mascots in between, but it was a great run up there, and yeah, definitely some Noma Blue pride.
Great shot we have right here behind the cage. A great job by our camera crew, George Sullivan, George Langevin on camera here today. Great defense by San Marcos, able to cause the turnover. I am so impressed with this night defense.
Nope, we got a good call there. Looks like 42 got his stick stuck between the legs of 25, brought him down after the ball was loose. Just a loose ball hold, going back to Santa Fe Christian. The parents don't agree, and they're letting the officials know about it early.
Yeah. So far, it's been a pretty clean match as we had 7 minutes to go here in the first half. It's 3-1, San Marcos leading Santa Fe Christian, the number 5 seed, looking to spoil the party against the number 2 seed.
As an official, there's nothing you like more than when the game is being decided by the guys on the field and you get to keep your flags in your pocket. That's the way it should be.
Shot on the way, score! That was just a outstanding shot by Hank Ontiveros. That's his first goal of the game and his 74th of the season as we take a look on the TVXvideo.com replay. Oh my! Ontiveros just lets it fly.
Found his spot, got above GLE side left there and cranked it. Found the opening.
Yep,
That's just what they needed.
He's one of the captains of this team, an all-coast league performer, also a starting fullback on the football team.
Is there anything these kids can't do?
Yep, so 3-2 your score. It comes at the 6:36 mark. And let's see what else Santa Fe can do. They won the face-off, get right back on offense. How often do we see one team scores a goal, they win that face-off, get back on offense? It's all about momentum.
Absolutely. Hank winning that face-off again. He scores the goal, comes right back, wins the face-off. He's getting his team in another position to close this gap, maybe make it a tie game.
Here comes Clerk being guarded by Berman. Just looking for that opening. And now you can tell the Eagles are kind of settling in a little bit. It's taken almost a full half, but they're getting there. And what's the old saying? It's not how you start, but how you finish.
Absolutely, yeah. They're finding their rhythm early. They're getting their confidence in. See how San Marcos responds.
Good defense by San Marcos.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's in your face. Oh, but they throw a flag, though.
Yeah, late flag there.
You like that call?
Yeah.
Shot save. And it'll stop the clock with 5:28 to play here in quarter number 2.
It's always tough when the flag comes a little late after those slashes again. He was putting a lot of pressure on that free arm. Didn't look to be getting anywhere near the stick like he'd like to.
Yeah, we've got veteran official John Bastowski is working the sidelines for us. I don't know if maybe John can give us his thoughts on that call.
Our first time serving foul of the game. Looked pretty obvious. You had the multiple repeated hits to the glove and to the upper forearm. At some point, the defender has to try to get stick there, thus the flag and the 1 minute slashing call.
That's what John's basically saying there.
Thanks,
is that
John.
at some point, the defender has to try to get some stick. Absolutely right. You can't just wail on that free arm. At this level, the kids are much more skilled than that. That's just trying to put a little bit of pain into Santa Fe Christian, trying to send a message. Officials can't let that message get delivered.
Eagles looking for the equalizer, looking to try and tie this match. They've got a man-up opportunity as we approach 5 minutes to go here in the first half. This is where you really have to find a way to cash in, especially against the San Marcos defense, which has been very impressive in the first half thus far. Shot, save. Rebound, save. Oh, 2 great saves in a row by Daniel Plew. Shot, score! Ontiveros with his second goal of the game. We're tied at 3 with 4:31 to go, and it's worthy of a TVXvideo.com replay. Ontiveros with his second goal of the game and his 75th of the year.
Stuck his nose in the ground to grab that ground ball, found some space, and buried it.
Hey, how'd you like that goal call?
That was a great goal call.
I don't think it was as long as that soccer announcer, but that was my version of it.
Absolutely perfect for this game.
Yep, so tied at 3 with 4:31 to go here in the first half of the Division I championship.
No rest for the weary.
Yep,
Ontiveros
and once again,
right
a
back out
face-off
there.
is won.
Yeah.
What's the call?
Timeout.
Timeout called by Santa Fe Christian. Now, what's your thought about that timeout? You just won the face-off, and you have offensive possession, and right now you have all the energy on your side. Why call the timeout?
It definitely is a little going to slow you down. He must have seen something personnel-wise, wanted to get out there. Maybe he wants to get a controlled set play going in for the next 4 minutes of play. Slow it down, maybe control it for a minute and a half, force the officials to put get it in, keep it in on them. We'll see. Tamayo knows what he's doing.
Oh, I mean, you get to the championship, obviously you've done something right.
Absolutely.
I've just always been a proponent that if you have offensive possession and you've got the energy in your favor, I'm ride her till she bucks. That's just my say. But
I couldn't agree more. Feel the momentum, feel good.
But I'm just a play-by-play guy, so what do I know? You know?
I think you and most of the fans agree here. They want to see Santa Fe Christian pick that ball up and throw it right into the net again.
At www.tvxvideo.com is all about covering Southern California sports and the live streaming of events. You name the game, they can cover it. You want more details? I want you to pick up the phone and call 10 Bedrick at 619-850-9034 or email ted@tvxvideo.com. And our sideline reporter, John Bistowski, he's got an update for us.
Interesting tidbit from that last Santa Fe Christian goal. There was a scrum off to the side of the crease. The coach from Santa Fe Christian, Tom DeMaio, was screaming for a timeout. The player picked up and possessed the ball. I don't think the officials ever heard the timeout call. Shot, score, the goal stands. We play on.
I love it. It's nothing like having an official as a sideline reporter to clarify things. So 3-all our score with 4:15 to go. And so what do you look for on this offensive possession?
Well, he spent the time out here, right? So you want to make it count. Set up, maybe burn a little bit of clock. Make sure you get the look that you want.
Ontiveros showing how dangerous he is, coming up with a pair of key goals here in the second quarter to make it a 3-3 game. And Ontiveros is standout. He's got wearing that knee pad on his right side, so easy to kind of see where he is.
Mayo had his guys in a 3-3 to start out of the timeout.
Opening shot, save! Boy, Plu's been tested in the last few minutes, hasn't he?
Big ground ball for Santa Fe Christian there. Looks like they're trying to get their nose to the ground, too. Great cut.
Shot, save! Off the attempt by Ontiveros. And Plu lost it for a moment before scooping it up.
Needed that one right there. San Marcos needs a breather. They need a good clear. Errant pass. The attack picks him up. Yep. Maybe I spoke too soon.
I think you did, Chris O'Mahony.
Wishful thinking.
Yep. And coming away with it are the Eagles. They have a chance to take their first lead of the game. The long pole gets stripped of it. And that's why he's a long pole.
Absolutely. As a former long pole myself, I always want the glory of the goal for you and the rest of your defensive counterparts.
How much more difficult is it to take a shot as a long pole versus with a normal stick?
You know, the difficulty isn't really for the long pole because they practice with that all day. It's the goalie who has the difficulty picking up the different release points. So really a long pole shot has a lot of different problems for the goalie. It's just shot recognition, just like a pitcher releasing the ball at a different release point.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's why we got you up here. That's why you're making the big bucks, Chris.
Just trying to earn my keep.
We got 2:08 to go here in the first half. It's been a quick first half of play, but it's been exciting. A lot of ball movement at each end of the field, and both teams have had their moments, and we're tied here at 3.
They have not disappointed. The people who came out here to watch this game and people who are watching it at home, you're getting a good show.
Thanks for joining us here at tvxvideo.com. Whether you're watching us off your home computer or your mobile device, wherever you may be, thanks for joining us here on Championship Saturday. Granite Hills High here in El Cajon, California. Right off the 8th freeway. What did we get off at 2nd Street exit? I think I took about 5 freeways to get here today, driving 95 miles, but worth the trek to watch the championships here today.
We got to keep it in call from the officials, so now Santa Fe Christian has to keep it inside the attack box. Again, that's at the 30-yard line, and the lines run just outside the lower numbers here on our side.
Shot, score!
Big shot.
Boy, that was just a wizard of a shot. Ontiveros has the hat trick. Oh, my. I'll tell you what, this kid's got a laser of a shot. And it seems to be those lefties. Shots are more difficult to pick up by the goalie.
Oh, absolutely.
We saw in our first game the young freshman Welch, also a lefty, came up with 4 goals. And you have to throw your hats onto the field for Hank Ontiveros. He has 3 goals, and it's the Eagles' first lead of the game at 4-3 with 1:07 to go.
Right-handed or left-handed, it's going to be hard to stop him when you stick him like that.
Yep.
And he's got quite a rhythm going. Score a goal, win a face-off, score a goal, win a face-off, score a goal, win a face-off.
Timeout scored with exactly 1 minute to play here in quarter number 2. What has the difference been for the Eagles gaining their first lead of the game?
Number 21, Ontiveros, he's come to play. He's decided to put the team on his back. 3 unanswered goals, a hat trick, just here in the last 6 minutes of play.
That's impressive. So the big name guys come up and they find ways to produce, and he's done just that. I mean, this guy not only scores a lot of goals, but he's also a ground ball machine. I don't know if the stat is right. You pick up all the stats that you see. Man, I'm listed with 240 ground balls. Is that correct?
My goodness.
That's a crazy number. But either way, between his ground ball ability and his ability to score, he definitely makes the offense roll for head coach Tom DeMaio.
Yeah, DeMaio's lucky to have a guy like that he can lean on and makes all the players around him better. It's just an absolute workhorse.
You look at some of their key numbers. They've outscored their opponents 186 to 122. Shots on goal 522 to 463. They've dominated the ground ball category 585 to 389. Those are some of the most key numbers. But check this off. They have dominated on the face-offs. They've won 258 to their opponent's 94. So that means they're getting possession of the ball with opportunities to score. Now, they weren't doing that early in the match, but they've been doing that as the match has moved on, and that's been one of the key differences.
Yeah, well, I'll give you one guess who's responsible for that stat. Again, it's Hank Ontiveros.
Yep. And so once again, a timeout is called when they have possession, and we'll see what Tom DeMaio has in mind. His offensive coach, by the way, is that his brother, Tim DeMaio? And then the defensive coach is Pearson Petropoulos, that being your coaching staff. I would imagine it's probably brother.
I think it's a safe bet.
Yep. Here comes Chad Clerk. He's got it. Nothing doing, so they'll bring it right back up top off to Will Littlejohn. Littlejohn, a freshman midi starter. He's a breakout freshman and a future star of this team. Tough to crack the starting lineup as a freshman. You have to have some skills to be able to do that. And here comes Littlejohn. He's got it. Looking to find the seam, and they work it behind the cage. Down to 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Shot. Save just to the left of the goalie.
San Marco's going to have to send it if they want to try to get one on the board here late.
2 seconds. 1, and we've reached halftime with your score. The Santa Fe Eagles 4 and the San Marco Knights 3. It was all about Hank Ontiveros, who came up with a hat trick in quarter number 2. Your final thoughts on the first half of play?
Just a great half by both teams. Santa Fe Christian taking a deep breath. Coach DeMaio getting his guys under control, and they really responded. And Coach Mathai is going to have to huddle up his troops for San Marcos and really figure out how to slow down Hank Ontiveros.
You're watching exclusive coverage of the San Diego High School Lacrosse Championships Division I matchup right here at www.tvxvideo.com. We'll take a short timeout, and when Chris and I return, we'll recap the first half of action. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're moments away from the start of second half action of the Division I matchup between Santa Fe Christian and San Marcos. Along with Chris O'Mahony, I'm Mark Heller. Thanks for joining us. Let's kind of break down the scoring for you. TJ Cacavo got going early on. He scored the Knights' first 2 goals before David Devjak gave him a goal and made it 2-1 at the end of quarter number 1. However, San Marcos opened up. Luca Lietti scored a goal to make it 3-1, but then it became the Hank Ontiveros show as number 21 scored 3 goals in a 5-minute and 29-second span to make it 4-3, and Santa Fe Christian leads it by 1 goal. And Chris, this was a game that really kind of went back and forth, but I think the Eagles now are kind of settling in and starting to prove why they're the number 2 seed.
Absolutely. Long way to go, but they definitely decided about halfway through that first quarter that they were here to play and that they weren't going to let San Marcos just walk away with it. Particularly, like I said, Ontiveros, he said, hey guys, hop on my back, I'm going to carry you here.
And we want to thank our entire broadcast crew here. Our live editor is Andrew Leadham. George Sullivan and George Langevin on camera have done a great job capturing all the shots of the Lacrosse Championships here today. And before we start the second half, we're going to go down to our sideline reporter, none other than John Bostowski.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Hey, thanks so much, John. So we're moments away. Here we go. The battle of face-off as we get to open up the second half of play. We have 24 minutes of Division I lacrosse action remaining. And here we go. Put on your seatbelt. Mark Heller, Chris O'Mahony, Granite Hills High here at El Cajon. Knights trying to scoop it up, but unable to do it. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will go to San Marcos. So the Knights in their navy gray, led by Mike Mathai, the only head coach they've ever known in San Marcos lacrosse history in his 11th year. This year's team 11-10, and they have made it to the title game.
A long time coming for Coach Mathai. It's well deserved. He's put together a great coaching staff and a great group of kids here.
The Knights with the ball, they trail 4-3 and looking to get themselves going once again. They've had the lead most of the first half, surrendered it late in the first half, and we'll see how they respond to a little bit of adversity.
You can tell a lot by the first possession here, how they take care of the ball. Hopefully, for San Marcos fans, they can put one in the back of the net here and kind of establish that they're here to play, tie this thing up.
Cole Irvine, they work their way behind the goal. I love this shot that the guys give us on the broadcast here of behind the cage. Gives you a little bit of a different look when they're on the offensive end.
Really makes more sense when you look at it this way, and I know sometimes for the NCAA championships you'll get the spider cam option, very similar to this, and it really lets you see how the defense flows back and forth with the ball, getting to one side of the net or the other, not trying to screen the goalie. But then it's also how the flow of the offense will work. Guys cutting through, guys digging thing or replacing, and really you can see why they named these offenses the way they do. Like we got here, we have a pretty much a 2-2-2 that they're rotating into now, and now they're in a
shot score
3-1 for the goal.
4-all. And coming up with the goal for the Knights, it's Connor O'Neill, their senior attackman and captain. 10:31 to go here in the third quarter, and it was worthy of the TVXvideo.com replay. And you look at Jeff Liguadaca, the defender, just frustrated that his team gave up that goal. 4-all your score, and the Knights will not go away into the Southern California night.
Big first possession, nice goal. Now they got to come back right here and keep that momentum going. Early jump.
Yep, and we'll go to the Eagles. So Santa Fe Christian, let's see what the Eagle offense can do as we open up this second half. 4-all your score between the number 5 seed San Marcos Knights and the number 2 seed Santa Fe Christian Eagles.
Yeah, not a sight that San Marcos fans or players have been happy to see with the ball, and Ontiveros is sticking
shot
again.
Score! Ontiveros with his 4th goal of the game. This young man, unstoppable and fun to watch. His 77th goal of the year as we watch it on replay. Boy, he just was able to get by the defender right there, found the seam, able to score, and the Eagles reclaim a 1-goal lead. Boy, Ontiveros is fun to watch in the open field.
Absolutely. The stage is not too big for him. He's ready to win. He wants to get right back and do it again here on the Face-Off X. Get him going.
And just so you know, guys, he's a junior. He's back for one more year.
That's
Opposing defense is not happy to hear that one.
Yeah, that's music to Coach DeMaio's ears as well.
Yep.
Ball on the ground a long
50-50
time.
ball.
Patience is a virtue.
Yep.
Guess who?
Eagles come
Ontiveros.
away with it. Here's Ontiveros.
Dangerous pass.
He's been Mr. Everything. And you know they're going to look for him in the open seam. He's got the long pole on him right now. But with his speed, he's found ways to get separation and get some open looks.
The offense definitely has been flowing through him. Let's see if somebody else can pick him up. Ontiveros has dropped down to play attack now, so he won't be driving from up top like we've seen.
And he seems to be the one player that San Marcos on defense, they've had trouble sliding and staying on him. He's been able to get that separation.
Yep. Definitely, San Marcos definitely needs an adjustment drawn earlier slide to him. He's not looking to feed at this point. He's looking to try to finish in the goal. Send a body to him early. Don't let him get that look.
Yep, and he's got it right now behind the cage, and defending him is number 20, Quinn Ruff, and he's got his hands full. Ruff, as you see, just trying to stick away, but they try and set the pick and get him open. Ontiveros leans, loses control, loose ball scramble, and coming away with it is Daniel Plew, and here comes the San Marcos offense, trailing by one, but looking to tie up. Quinn Ruff with it.
They've not satisfied their clear yet. They need to get it in the box. There they go. Now they can take a breather, get their personnel on, get the look they want.
The Knights trailing 5-4 with 8:17 to go here in quarter number 3. El Cajon, California, Granite Hills High. Good site here for the San Diego High School Lacrosse Championships. Division II game earlier. We got the Division I here, and we got the open one later between the top two teams in the state of California in Torrey Pines and Poway.
It's going to be a great matchup here. But this opening act has not disappointed. Has all the fireworks you'd hope for in a championship game.
Yep. Cacabo
pulling it out.
He's got a couple of goals today. Has played very well for this team.
Great defense by Santa Fe Christian.
Yep, he wanted to fire away, but couldn't find the opening.
The real key for both defenses, or offenses I should say, is to draw that slide. Cacabo really trying to draw a guy there and hope to dump the ball and make the defense rotate. Great man-to-man defense by Santa Fe Christian, not needing the slide, denying San Marcos any scoring opportunities so far on this possession.
About trying to find that mismatch. Here comes Kai Moy. He throws it away.
This is an over and back situation. And it was saved. Up, and now it's off the defense.
Or was it? Yeah, it was.
Defense.
Coming away with it's the long pole, number 42, Seth Devon, and a penalty flies. So we're going to have a man-up opportunity.
Looks like a slash call coming in here from head referee Rick Christensen.
Let's go down to John Biskowski. Thanks, John. So the Knights with a man up have an opportunity to tie this game at 5. Behind the cage.
Look for them to try to find O'Neal
Shot.
early.
Oh, just wide. Good opportunity there, and they're able to scoop up the loose ball. Up.
Crease violation on San Marcos. O'Neal found himself face-to-face with the goalie.
Yep, and here come the Eagles, who have the chance now to be able to take the rest of the time off on that penalty as long as they're able to keep possession. It's Jack Finley.
Looks like Coach DeMaio was trying to call a timeout, and
And
he
he
was
gets
awarded it.
Wow. Very fortunate with that call with 6:20 to go. Let's go downstairs to John and see maybe if he could give us a clarification on if they were able to get that timeout or not. John, what do you have for us?
Well, we see it often in the sport where you get a timeout call on a situation where a player's under duress. The player was directly in front of the black bench. There's an official right there. The timeout call obviously came before the whistle and before the player stepped out of bounds. Black will retain possession of the ball on the timeout.
So Jack sounds like he's from back east also. Is he from New York?
He's an Eastern Mass guy. John heads up the referee association. He serves as the president. He's also the head trainer. So everybody who's on the field here sits in the classroom listening to Mr. Bustowski here on our sidelines as he dictates policy on how we throw flags, when and where. So these are his disciples out on the field, and I'm sure he's proud of them with recognizing that call. Right call on the recognition of the timeout. Good play by Mr. Coach DeMaio, seeing his long pole in trouble there, burning a timeout. Only has one for the rest of the game, and those are valuable. They're going to come back. He's going to want them late, but they're retaining possession now. Big possession here if they can capitalize and put a little breathing space between them and San Marcos.
Well, in a one-goal game, obviously each possession right now very important, so we'll have to see if Coach DeMaio's rolling of the dice, if he comes up 7 or craps right here.
He's hoping 7s. He's hoping 21. He's hoping Avaros is going to be the guy who's coming in.
I like that. Yeah. Triple sevens equals 21 for Hank Ontiveros, who has scored 4 goals.
4 now, yeah.
He's got 4 of their 5.
Their last 4 in a row.
Scored by him by David Divjak early in the match. So 5-4 your score. Here they come out of the timeout. Divjak with possession. He wears number 25.
And he's a big kid. He's going to use that size to drive in.
Yep, he works behind the cage. Let's see what they do right here.
I'm sure Ontiveros hopes that somebody else wants to play. He's willing to share the load, I'm sure.
Yep.
San Marcos not wasting any time pressing out, trying to get the ball back.
Trying to
still
get
have a man
open,
advantage.
Trying to get Ontiveros open via the pick by Divjak, but good defense by the Knights, staying at home.
Penalty releases there.
Yep.
So now we're all even. Should see San Marcos start to settle in, play a little more conservative defense.
Yep, so Santa Fe did a good job killing that penalty on man down. They were actually on offense for most of it. Ontiveros. Some tough D right there.
Strong defensive play.
Yep, by Elliot Mumma. Ontiveros shot and the save is made. Good job. And a busy man has been Daniel Plouffe.
Able to draw the push right there. Tough call. One way or the other, it's 50-50. How much is Ontiveros leaning in? How much is the defender pushing on him? Equal pressure. Sometimes the tie goes to the attacking player.
Shot score!
He does not waste an opportunity.
Ontiveros once again with his 5th goal of the game. Eagles 6, Knights 4 with 5:14 to go. You see on replay, once again just finding a nook, a small opening, a seam in that Knight defense. And he was able to put it by, even though Vincent Butcher had come by, but just a moment late. Boy, Ontiveros is just a special offensive talent.
Absolutely, and I think we can put a nice check mark next to Coach DeMaio's timeout there. He'll be pretty happy about it.
78 goals now on the year for Hank Ontiveros. 6-4 is your score. And I know his dad did a great job, Michael, giving me updates on stats and information about the program, and I thank him for all of his yeoman's work and providing that information to us. It'll be San Marcos with the ball. They trail by 2 and looking to cut to the 2-goal deficit.
Big possession for San Marcos right here. They need to answer.
That they do. Luca Lietti. He has 1 goal today.
San Marcos substituted the personnel on. They got the right men. Now it's time to attack.
Yep. I want to see Hobart Teets getting going. He's been really quiet today as number 7. Team's leading scorer with 34 goals on the year entering today. Knights really valuing this possession right here. They realize how important that they need to get within a goal on this possession of the ball. 4:10 to go here in quarter number 3.
Teets is their quick finisher. Look for them to try to create something by dodge with another player. Find Teets on the backside for a quick stick finish. This has been his specialty.
And he's got it right now and quickly gives it up. Good ball movement here. But you know, Teets is the guy they've got in mind. Off to Cacavo. He's got a couple of goals. Shot on the way is going to be high and wide by Cole Irvine, and I think Cole wishes he had that one back.
Strong possession shot there. I think everybody was getting a little antsy. At least he fired that first one out of his stick. Hopefully the next one he can adjust, be a little more on target.
And more important, they keep possession here. It's Kai Moy. Moy to Irvine. Shot on the way by up top, and the save is made by Koopman. And here they come in transition are the Santa Fe Christian Eagles. However, you better find somebody. Good defense there by San Marcos.
Strong ride.
Making it tough for Koopman to clear.
Pack wants that one back after a low percentage shot there.
Yep, off to Evan Smith. Here comes Smith on the attack.
We have a failure to advance. Good ride.
Yep. So give credit to that San Marcos Knight defense.
That's twice this game that they've forced Santa Fe Christian into a failure to advance.
Roth.
I believe they capitalized on the first one.
Off to Cacavo. TJ, 28 goals on the year. He came up with 2 goals, the first 2 goals of this game. I think it's a matter of finding a way to get Teets open and let him uncork one. Because you know goal scorers, right? They score 1 goal, they're like, just keep feeding me. But you got to get that first one in between the pipes.
That's it. That's what Altaveros is.
Teets!
Was.
Oh,
there
nice save made by Koopman. So the ears must have been burning.
He tried to go low. They had success there early. This time, nothing doing for Santa Fe Christian. He was all over that one.
Yep. Let's see. They need to advance, and they're able to do so. That one was close.
Great clear. Good controlled. Tap it in the box and hand it off to your skill guys.
2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Let's see what they do right here. It's Will Littlejohn. You know, you're looking for Ontiveros. You want to find Hank.
Short clock.
Yep.
Wouldn't be surprised if Coach DeMaio tells them to slow it down, try to save it for a 1 possession shot.
Littlejohn feeds up top. Lipscomb loses the handle.
Dangerous
He's able
pass.
to save, though. Good job.
Dangerous
Good hustle
pass.
there
Gets
by
it back.
Garrett. Old Coastal League performer is the sophomore midi. 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. And all of a sudden, the Eagles have chosen to slow down this game.
They're going to force the officials to force the issue for them.
Yep.
They want to hold for that last shot. They like the 2-goal lead.
Eagles on a 2-1 run here in the third to take a 6-4 lead. Shot on the way, and the save is made. And I'll tell you what, Daniel Plouffe has done a really nice job in between the pipes today.
He absolutely has. That was a great shot, better save. Fortunately, they did not take care of the ball in the clear. Giving it right back to Santa Fe Christian with a chance to, another chance to stick one in here before the end of the third quarter.
R.J. Walker loses the handle, but it's picked up by David Deepjack. And what do we have down on the field?
Big hit. Looks like we had an illegal body check, maybe even a cross check. And usually when the guys get together like this, they're thinking that it's high. Maybe they're going to be locking them in for 2 here. Anything to the head by rule where you've targeted the head has to be 2 minutes time served.
And I don't know maybe if they have a replay for us to see on that one. It will be man up for San Marcos, so that is a key man up opportunity coming here for the Knights. John, what do you got for us?
Okay, we had an unnecessary roughness call on that play. During the loose ball scrum, you could see some bodies banging back and forth. Someone came up and delivered a nice shoulder into a chest, put the guy on his back. That's going to draw a penalty flag almost every time. I think the officials got together to make sure they had to discuss whether or not a defenseless player situation was involved. I think the 1 minute unnecessary roughness fit the bill.
Okay, thanks so much, John. Shot on the way, and the save is made by Koopman off the shot attempt for San Marcos by Kakavo, who is looking for the hat trick.
Yeah, the key there that Biz was chiming in on is when it's an unnecessary roughness call. An unnecessary roughness call cannot be a locked-in penalty.
Shot just goes wide.
Great shot.
Yep, good attempt there by Lietti. Knights will keep possession. 4 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
They'll have to force the crease. That ball has to be in the net by the time that the buzzer sounds. Not like college where it's good if it goes.
3, 2, 1, and that'll do it for the third quarter of play from Granite Hills High School in El Cajon, California. We've got 12 minutes of Division I lacrosse left to see who will be the San Diego County champs. With your score, Santa Fe Christian 6 and San Marcos 4. You're watching exclusive coverage of the Division I Lacrosse Championships for San Diego County at www.tbxvideo.com. For more info, you can call Ted Bendrick at 619-850-9034. They will cover any and all live streaming events for any sport that you need, or you can email Ted at tbxvideo.com. So we've got timeout down on the field. If you're each of the coaches, what are you telling your teams right now?
Well, you're telling them not to hold anything back now. You got 12 minutes left to play in your season. A lot of these guys are moving on to the next level, but it's the off season now. It's time to make it the next 12 minutes the best 12 minutes of your lacrosse careers. Don't hold anything back. Give it all that you got and do it for the guy next to you. And I'm sure that's what both coaches are telling their guys right now. To get to this game, you got to be able to communicate that kind of stuff to your players effectively. And you got to make them. It's got to be a lot of will. Ball's going to roll the right way, and when it does, you got to be ready to capitalize.
Let's go down to John and see what the feel is on the field right now.
You probably already spoke about the fact that possession will carry over due to the fact that there was an EMO situation. The man up for Gray, they had possession at the end of the period. They'll retain possession and still have time on that penalty. One point of note, there has already been one stall put on the Santa Fe Christian team. San Marcos was looking for one late in that third quarter, thinking that they were holding out when they were setting up that ISO play. I think you're going to be looking for a little bit of that more. I'm sure the officials are thinking about Santa Fe Christian just trying to play keep away with a 2-goal lead in the fourth quarter.
Hey, thanks. Some good stuff there. That's why we have our man on the sideline. We should also mention, by the way, Santa Fe Christian playing without Reese Walker, their outstanding junior defenseman, who torn his ACL in the quarterfinals, and so they've been having to play without maybe their best defenseman.
Absolutely. And it was a great catch there by John Biz, that by San Marcos holding the ball there. Since there's a man in the box, they retain possession, which is why we don't see a face-off here to start the fourth quarter of play.
So here we go. We've got 12 minutes of lacrosse action remaining here at Granite Hills High in El Cajon, California. Knights with the ball. Let's see if they can find a way to cash in right here. Off the penalty, and the penalty box right now is R.J. Walker. They want to look for Kakabo or Teets here. Let's see if they can find an opening in that Eagle defense.
So Marcos was in a 1-3-2 there, not really running any plays. Looks like they were content to let the penalty expire.
Yeah, actually it just expired.
Yeah,
so we're
at even strength here. And now they're ready to run their play. Interesting choice.
Kakavo almost had the opening, but couldn't pull the trigger. Give credit to the Eagles defensively there. They do not want Kakavo pulling off the hat trick today.
Well, if he's going to pull off the hat trick, he's going to have to start shooting. We haven't seen much out of him since his last goal. Good 2 quarters ago.
Yeah, that was back in the first quarter. Working their way behind the cage. Shot on the way, save made by Koopman. He lost where the ball was. There's a scrum for that ball, and possession will be kept by San Marcos.
Loose ball push, loose ball hold there in the scrum, picked up by the officials. San Marcos will happily take that ball back, reset, try that again.
10.5 minutes to go here in the fourth in a 2-goal game. This game has been close throughout. There have been no big leads. This has been a fun one to watch. Goals have been at a premium here today. Just 10 goals scored so far here in this Division I championship game. The old adage, offense wins games, but defense championships.
San Marcos content to work the ball through their midfielders, trying the high pick and roll, a little bit of a weave, nothing doing. Here we go with Tietz, trying to maybe draw something from behind, create some cuts.
Yeah, he has not scored a goal today. Tietz right back with him. Playing catch with Cacavo.
Great
shot
work.
on the way, score! We've got a one-goal game with 9:41 to go in this game. 6-5 now your score. Sean Galusa, the junior attackman, coming up with his first goal of the game.
Goal by number 5, Sean Galusha.
Galusha with the goal, and we see it on the replay. He's not a guy that you expect to put up goals for you, but he comes up big for the Knights. And it takes a team effort to win a championship, and the Knights within one at 6-5.
Well, he was ready for his opportunity when it came, and it was a great find, a good feed from X, finding him cutting towards the goal, and he finishes high. Just what
Eagles
this
win
team needed.
possession. Here comes Ontiveros.
Ontiveros says, let's get this back in our hands.
That's right. And Ontiveros is a good guy to have with the ball if you're an Eagle fan. Gives way to R.J. Walker. Now behind the cage. He's got the long pole on him, so not a good matchup there. They give way off to Chad Clerk. Clerk, their captain, he's another guy who's going to University of Colorado at Boulder next year.
The Buffaloes are getting some decent players
The
here.
Buffs. Yeah. I did that Arizona State, Colorado State game. Boy, that was a physical game. One of the more physical games I've seen in the MCLA. Those guys were really going at it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought a true fight was going to break out in the waning moments of that one.
A lot of passion on the field at all those levels.
Yeah.
MCLA is a competitive league, and that championship tournament is just a pleasure to go and watch.
So Arizona State won against Colorado State and then got honored by playing Chapman, where they got unceremoniously bounced 16-8 against the eventual champions. The Panthers finally winning it on their home field. And a flag flies. And man up. And boy, that flag got thrown high up in the air.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully they got that one on tape so Rick can brag about that.
Penalty on the field, charge to San Marcos. Santa Fe Christian will have a man-up advantage.
Penalty goes against San Marcos, number 42-7, their freshman defender. Let's go down to JV. Thanks, JV. So man-up opportunity. What do you expect here from the Eagles?
I expect them to burn some more clock. They're going to wait for their shot. They're probably going to wait till we've got about 20 seconds left. And then they're going to put the screws in and see if they can get that separation goal again.
Lipscomb, he's on the top of the offense here on their attack. He wears number 22, sophomore, midi. All Coastal League performer. Lipscomb thought about it for a second. Now they give it up top to David Dijak. Shot's going to go wide and possession will be kept. 7:39 remains to play here in quarter number 4.
Good possession shot there by Dijak. He had some room. He was able to step in and get his weight behind it. A little off target.
Behind the net.
Good stick there by San Marcos. They need this ground ball, and they get it.
And they got it. And they get it into the hands of Daniel Plouffe, their junior goalie. Oh, look at that. The steal. Open goal opportunity. What do we got? Well, we saw his helmet flew off, and I'm not sure if that's why they stopped the action. Safety is paramount, of course. And I think that might have been the reason why they stopped the action at the 7:14 mark.
Yeah, by rule, for any time a goalie equipment is broken, you have to stop play. Again, you have to have a properly equipped and legally equipped goalie on the field at all times. Anytime he loses his equipment, as soon as it stops, and again, San Marcos had denied the scoring opportunity there at Santa Fe Christian, so it was a good time to stop it, get him back the ball. Looked like a clean hit from up here.
Well, it was a hard hit, and I think the goalie took exception to it, feeling that maybe going after the ball, he was in a defenseless position.
Yeah, it's true. Goalies do take exception to being hit when they're outside the crease. As crazy enough they are to stand between those pipes and take a 80, 90 mile an hour shots at them with a hard rubber ball, they do take exception to when they get pushed around a little bit on the field. So, but again, loose ball at his feet. Looked like the check came into his chest right there. And, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to gather with the equipment change that was necessary. They also had to make a substitution at goalie. So Ali Suleiman, their sophomore goalie, has to step in. And I'm going to gather he'll be in and probably until the next whistle.
So this confirms it, that they did stop play for the keeper and his equipment. Now, by rule, when you have to stop play, not just for his equipment, but they thought that he was injured when he was laying on the ground. And when you have an injured player, they have to come out of the game. So for at least one whistle. Now, if Coach Mathai had wanted to take a timeout there, he would have been able to take a timeout and put his player right back in. But he wants to save those timeouts for down the stretch, it looks like.
Yep, and so the goalie gets as much time as he needs to be able to warm up. And let's get the clarification down low from JB.
Okay, so we have a goalie switch. The game was stopped due to an injury to the goaltender behind the net on that check. So by rule, he has to leave the field. He cannot come back on until the second whistle. The official came over, announced that to the table, both coaches. But in high school play, the goaltender, when there is a switch, is allowed to be warmed up for 1 minute, whether it's penalty or injury. Thus the situation we have right now.
Hey, thanks, John. So how key is this, having to make a goalie change in a one-goal game with the Division I championship on the line? You know, I don't really know how much time Ali Suleiman has had in between the pipes during regular season play.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you either, but it's definitely a lot of pressure to put on his shoulders. And it's really going to come down to how Santa Fe Christian reacts. Are they going to just take the first shot available, or are they going to look for their good look and try to just, take their time and get the best shot possible? It's really a little bit of game of it's a good staring contest here about how they're going to handle it, Hopefully for 24, he's ready and he's up for the challenge. Again, he's been with this team all year long. I'm sure they've relied on him before. And now's his chance to step up at the big stage.
So when you looked at the end of the play, did it look to you as though Daniel Plu was injured?
He stayed down on the field, and when it comes to that, the referee has to acknowledge that he's an injured player down on the field who might need more attention. Now, you don't want to stop the scoring opportunity for Santa Fe Christian, but at that point, they had been denied. They had attacked the goal. The defense had pushed them out. It's a good time to kill it, make sure everything's okay.
Well, the fans are on their feet. They just feel electricity and excitement in the air, and I think the Eagle fans are thinking, substitute goalie, man, let's let it fly and try and reclaim a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, this possession can make or break the rest of the game.
So here we go. Deep Jack. Behind the cage. Was looking to get a mismatch there. Couldn't get away from a long stick. Ontiveros thought about it for a second. Wisely keeps a hold of it. And they bring it up top. Patience is a virtue right now, isn't it, Chris O'Mahony?
It looks like they're going to look for their good look. Doesn't matter who's in the cage.
Yeah, they're being patient. Here comes R.J. Walker with it.
And again, the clock is their friend. They do have the 1-goal advantage. Still a lot of time to play.
Yep, and
they're going to take care of that ball.
6:25 to play here in the fourth. Walker just moving slowly, just ever inching so, and looking for an opportunity. Walker doesn't have it. He'll give it back up top. Ontiveros. You know what he wants to do. Behind the cage. Boy, they're all over Ontiveros. They're like, San Marcos is like, if we're going to lose, it's not going to be because of you anymore.
Absolutely.
We've seen enough of you with the goal scoring.
Force somebody else to beat you.
Ontiveros. Boy, double teamed every time he touched the ball on that possession.
It's a smart play. It's a good calculated risk.
5:38 to go here in the fourth. 6-5. The Eagles clinging to a one-goal lead. The Division I championship here in the balance.
Good switch on defense by San Marcos. Again, you got to keep the pull on Altaveros.
And violation called against Santa Fe for not moving towards the goal. So good job by the San Marcos Knights defense.
And they're moving the ball quickly. They're pushing the tempo. Now wheeling off. Smart play. Just had a long defensive stance. Switching back to your starting goalie. Kudos to the backup goalie for San Marcos there for standing between the pipes. No shots by Santa Fe Christian.
And Plu is back in the game, their starting goalie number 2. So I think the San Marcos fans are able to take a deep sigh of relief.
The defense stood up strong.
Yep.
0 shots. I mean, that's gonna stick in Santa Fe Christian's ear for a little bit, I'm sure. Coach Tamayo wishes they had gotten a couple more shots off. Room to work up top.
I'm sure the defense felt they were responsible for doing a good job while their starting netminder was on the sideline.
Yeah, well, let's see if the offense can pick them up after that tough stand. They look a little more energized here after that defensive stand.
Shot on the way. Save is made.
Center mass right in the goalie's chest. Very low percentage.
Here comes the long pole, getting by 2 defenders. Nice job by Jeff Linguadaca. Timeout called. 3:58 remains. Boy, what a beautiful move by Linguadaca. Got by 2 would-be San Marco Knight defenders and was able to get across into the attack across the midfield stripe. And then just before he lost possession, they called and used their last timeout.
Yeah, good timeout by Coach Tamayo. Again, set the tempo for the rest of the game here. Tell them what they want to do. Got to eat some clock. Get the shot that you want. Protect the ball. Possession is key here. Pressure is on San Marcos to press out, to get the ball back.
Getting some shots to the fans. Let's kind of run down the scoring. Cacava with a pair of goals and Jack with 1. Leady made it 3-1. Ontiveros with 3 straight 4-3. O'Neill 4-0. Ontiveros 2 more 6-5. Delucia makes it 6-5. That's where we stand. JB, what do you got for us?
I think San Marcos was looking for offsides by Black. However, Santa Fe Christian had 4 players back, even though 1 player was straddling the midline. It was all good.
Thanks, JB.
Yeah, clearly no offsides there.
I'll tell you what, with that accent, sounds like you just got off the boat, man. I could say that being a fellow back Easterner, so it's all good.
Oh, absolutely, and you can always tell when a coach is giving it to Biz, he's giving it right back with that mouthful of marbles there.
So with the last timeout being called, the coach, DeMaio, must have had a lot to say because he can't stop the clock anymore unless the Knights decide to use the timeout.
Take care of the ball at this point. That's all you need to do. Get your shot.
Yep, and they have it in the hands of freshman midi Will Littlejohn. But he doesn't play like a freshman.
I haven't seen anybody out here playing like a freshman.
Yep, and I guess even the freshmen by now are sophomores because they've had a full season under their belt.
Just letting D-Jack sit back there and protect it with his big body.
Yep.
See if he can lure some of the San Marcos defenders out of position.
So how long do the officials wait until they make the call for movement necessary? Littlejohn shot and the save is made by Plu. Blue's ball rebound. It's going to be scooped up by the Eagles, and Ontiveros who will keep possession.
So after a quick change of possession like that, you kind of reset the timer in your head as an official, going, all right, now they got a clean slate. Depending on exactly how slow they're moving the ball, great check, even better ground ball to get it right back.
Here comes Ontiveros.
Again, they're just hanging out behind the cage, not making a move towards the crease.
Bad pass there by Ontiveros, and the turnover for San Marcos. Knights have an opportunity, if they can scoop this up on the attack, to try and tie this game. We approach 2.5 minutes to go here in regulation.
Great timeout call by Coach Matha.
Timeout call by San Marcos with 2:35 to go. And the upstart Knights continue to be the upset kids trying to pull one off here. They trail just by one with 2:35 to go, but it's been that kind of season for San Marcos. The team gets hot at the right time, and they have a chance to pull off a championship.
Yeah, nothing new for San Marcos here. They're used to being in these nail-biters, either up one, down one, tied with the clock short. So it's nothing new for them. Hopefully Coach Mathai can drop the plan that's going to be able to have some success. On the other end, DeMaio is telling his guys, keep doing what you've been doing. They haven't been able to find anything inside, really, besides that one quick scoot to, number 5, Sean DeLucia there. But besides that, nothing's been able to come inside on Santa Fe Christian's defense.
Well, JB's chomping at the bit, so let's go on down low.
2.5 minutes left to go in a one-goal game. I don't know if you can get the sense up there in the booth, but standing out here right now, it is a wall of sound. The fans are very excited right now. This is CIF championship action right here.
Hey, thanks a lot, JB. So down to 2:35 to go. San Marcos with the ball. And the kids in navy and gray, they are looking for their first ever CIF championship. A team that went just 3-12 a year ago, having a chance to possibly win a CIF championship.
Hard to believe what a difference a year can make.
Yep. And here we go. The Knights with possession. And let's see what they can do.
Just 2:30 left in the game now. San Marcos with the ball. Obviously a huge possession for them, but if and when Santa Fe does get it back on their offensive half, if it's under 2 minutes, they will be getting it and keeping it automatically. They'll have to keep it in that attack box.
Yep, if you would have said to me within one goal late in the game and your leading scorer Teats with no goals, I'd say no way. But that's exactly what's happened here today in the Division I championships. There's Teats with it behind the cage.
Now he's got the short stick on him. Hopefully they'll work it back around to him. He's in his favorite shooting spot.
Yep. You want to look for either Teats or Cacavo.
You want to get your shot.
46 remains.
The clock is not your friend. You want to get a couple of looks here.
Yep.
Guys working hard on the crease.
Yep.
It's a strong zone play.
Yep, the Eagles
Santa Fe
are more
Christian.
than happy to let the Knights keep passing it around.
That was a good feed inside, good patience.
Shot! Save made! Loose ball scramble. Who wants to come away with it?
And it was Teets with the shot. Couldn't
One
find
of the
net.
most important 50-50 ball of the game.
Dangerous in front of the goal as well.
And coming away with it is the long pole. It's Santa Fe Christian coming away with it. Give credit to number 7, Evan Smith. 55 seconds remain here in regulation. The Eagles up by 1. Loose ball scramble. Coming away with it on Taveros. We have a stoppage of play with an injury on the field.
Now the stoppage of play just for the injury won't change possession of the ball, and it'll give Santa Fe Christian the opportunity to start with the ball again outside the box, able to burn 10 seconds before they have to get it in and keep it in.
Yep, and that's Garrett Lipscomb, who's hobbling off the field, but good to see him come off the field under his own power, and replacing him will be Chad Clerk. 47.4 faithful seconds remain in this Division I championship here in the San Diego High School Lacrosse Championship.
Pressure definitely on San Marcos again. They're going to have to pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Yep.
Look for our goalie to come out so they can cover somebody on the crease so that San Marcos can attempt to double behind.
And they're doing it right now, rolling the dice, and now the goalie quickly gets behind there. Down to 32 seconds to play. Each and every second so important.
Close to a moving screen.
Double team. San Marcos, do they have it? Loose ball still up for grabs. We're down to 15 seconds.
And a timeout called.
Final timeout called by San Marcos. 15.3 seconds remaining. And right now, if you're head coach Mike Mathai, what are you telling your ball club?
You're going to get the... It just depends on if they're going to go with the short stick and they're going to try to run it down. If they feel they got enough time, that's what I would recommend. If not, they're going to say, hey, give it to our long pole, throw that ball right onto the crease and pray and hope that they can find a loose ball scramble and get it in the back of the net in time.
Would you agree with me that the Max Lack MVP is Hank Ontiveros? He of the 5 goals?
Absolutely, positively.
That's our Max Lack MVP player of the game, Hank Ontiveros. You're watching another exclusive sporting event here on www.tvxvideo.com. Thanks to Ted Bendrick for making this happen. And if you want more info about him covering your sporting event, give him a call at 619-850-9034 or email him, ted@tvxvideo.com. Big crowd here, waning moments. Boy, if you're San Marcos, there has to be some real good ball movement. You've got to find not only a quick shot, but expect maybe that first shot not to go in, get the rebound and score.
You got to defeat the ride of Santa Fe Christian. Looks like they're going to try to do that. They're not stacking the crease down there, so they're going to try to run it up. But again, it takes a while to get across this field. You're going to burn 7 or 8 seconds, even if you're on a dead sprint from coast to coast, as it would be.
Look for 19 Kakabo, who has it, and Teets number 7. We're down to 8 seconds. 7, 6. Here comes Kakabo. He's going to try and let it fly. Can't get the shot off. 1, and that's going to do it. The Santa Fe Christian Eagles, 6, San Marcos Knights 5. And the Eagles, for the first time ever, are Division I champions. And they wrap up an outstanding season with a record of 16-3.
Oh, man, a nail-biter right down to the end.
Wow.
Congratulations to Santa Fe Christian, a hard-fought game. They earned it.
Yep.
And kudos to San Marcos. They did a great job, great season. They have nothing to hang their head about here.
Oh, my goodness. And it just came down, and you see that San Marcos side on the other side. Just a very difficult defeat. But this was a team no one expected to make to the championship game. And not only did they make it, but boy, they gave the number 2 seed all they can handle.
A great Cinderella story all the way to the end there. And yeah, they were not making it easy. Early on, they took advantage. Gave Santa Fe Christian everything they had and everything that Santa Fe Christian could handle. Again, kudos to them and Coach Mathai. Great year. What a rebound from last year, like you said. Nothing to hang their heads about. They should be proud. Great work by both teams.
And there are the Santa Fe Eagles and head coach Tom DeMaio. What a great job he has done. His 4th year. Also formerly a Jay Serra coach, head coach of Bunch Nation and Team 12. And right now he can hang his hat on a CIF San Diego County Division I Lacrosse Championship as his team pulls off the victory by the final count of 6-5. Hank Ontiveros by far the offensive star. He scored 5 of the team's 6 goals, finishes the season with 78 goals, and this young man is going to be back next year as a senior. And let's work our way down to JB on some final thoughts on this one.
Down here on the sideline with Santa Fe Christian is your Division I champions here in 2016. Just talking to some of the table personnel, the save by Koopman at the end there, that probably was the play of the game. San Marcos did have that final opportunity where they try to run the length of the field, but you run into traffic like that more often than not, it's not going to work out for you in the end. But no doubt about it, hands down, that save saved the championship for Santa Fe Christian.
Thanks, JB. Some great reports from our sideline reporter and veteran official. You're taking a look at San Marcos. They finish up the season with a very respectable record of 11-11. But, you know, most people and prognosticators of lacrosse here in San Diego County not expecting San Marcos to be here. Part of it because of real good play. They were a team that made it to the championship without having a single bye. Of course, helping along the way was that the number 1 seed, Mount Carmel, got upset in the quarters, so they didn't have to meet them in the semis. But still, they played the teams that were in their way to get to the championship, and they were really just a few seconds shy of possibly sending this game to overtime.
Yeah, anytime they step on the field, they think that they can win, and they've come close, and every time, beating a lot of the open teams in the open division playoff, I mean. And, yeah, you know, they did great. This was a game that both teams played their hearts out. Could have gone either way there at the end. Santa Fe Christian just took care of the ball at the end. San Marcos did everything they could with a last-second opportunity. It wasn't over till it was over.
Well,
Great job.
Koopman certainly made some key saves when they were made. But talk about the specialness of Hank Ontiveros. And just, some guys are able to score, and some guys are able to score, and this guy is able to score.
No doubt about it. A team leader on and off the field. You can see he's a captain. He does all those face-offs. He took control of the game in the second half, scoring, winning the face-offs, controlling the ball down the stretch, keeping it out of the hands of San Marcos. What can't he do? And to have him back for another year has got to be music to Coach DeMaio's ears. Just an outstanding performance by him, outstanding performance by the whole team, the coach. He's been raising the bar of lacrosse on and off the field for a long time in this area. Kudos to Coach DeMaio.
And right now their naming sportsmanship award for San Marcos goes to number 21, Connor O'Neill, senior attackman, captain on this team. And we'll let the public address announcer introduce all the players of the CIF Division I runner-up.
Number 2, Daniel Clue. Number 3, Robert Wick. Number 4, David Somera. Number 5, Sean Belusha. Number 6, Gavin Burke. Number 7, Hobart Teets. Number 9, Taylor Dement. Number 10, Christian Clue. Number 11, Colin Berman. Number 12, Thomas Clue. Number 13, Sean Twardy. Number 14, Cole Irvine. Number 15, Vincent Boucher. Number 17, Will Hari. Number 18, Mason Manintim. Number 19, TJ Cacavo. Number 20, Quinn Roth. Number 21, Connor O'Neill. Number 22, Elliot Muma. Number 23, Gray Kaufman. Number 24, Ali Suleiman. Number 25, Colin Osterhout. Number 26, Parker Ward. Number 27, Hunter Lindgren. Number 28, Colin Mathizik. Number 29, Luca Lietti. Number 30, Brad Dodds. Number 31, Mitch Barnett. Number 32, Derek Weston. Number 33, Kai Block. Number 34, Jackson Dement. Number 35, Wyatt Miller. Number 37, Chief Bevan. Number 39, Mason Manintim. Number 41, Dominic Leonetti. Number 41, Ty Boyd. Number 42, Seth Devon. Number 43, Brian McCray. And the coach, Mike Mathai. Congratulations, San Marcos.
So that's the introductions of everyone from San Marcos.
2016 Division I champion, Santa Fe Christian Eagles.
And now you hear it for the Eagle fans. You see Mike Mathai with his runner-up trophy, head coach of the night program for all 11 years they've had a program. What a turnaround. Just 3 victories a year ago. Today they go second shy from sending the championship game to overtime.
Truly an unbelievable story. Just a full Cinderella throughout the playoffs. And Coach Mathai really makes these guys real men and positive members of society on and off the field. These kids have solid GPAs. They're good members of their community, active in the school. I was there for their senior night. Just the list of academic achievements that these players he has on his team are doing is unbelievable. It's a great story.
Grant Koopman was just given the sportsmanship award for the Eagles. We'll let the PA man introduce everyone.
Number 5, Josh Peterson. Number 6, Brady Morrison. Number 7, Evan Smith. Number 8, Hayes Hemphill. Number 9, Chad Clerk. Number 35, Griffin Morris. Number 11, Jeff Lingudaka. Number 12, R.J. Walker. Number 14, Dennis Smith. Number 15, Will Littlejohn. Number 16, Grant Koopman. Number 18, Christian Stallworth. Number 19, Christian Goldson. Number 20, Grant Smith. Number 21, Hank Onaveros. Number 22, Garrett Lipscomb. Number 24, Donovan Green. Number 25, David Divek. Number 32, Alex Van Cleef. Number 31, Josh Miranda. Number 33, Jonathan Staffsleen. And number 34, Jack Whistler. And congratulations to head coach Tom DeMaio and your Division I CIF San Diego Section Lacrosse champion.
Wow, a lot of Eagle fans here and really letting it known how happy they are that their Eagles and Tom DeMaio are Division I champions.
Kudos to them on a great season. It all culminates right here. All the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears, those hours of practice, hitting the wall, shooting those shots. It's all paid off.
That it has indeed, my friend. Your final thoughts on this one before we wrap up?
Just a great game. Couldn't ask for a better not even a warm-up. This could have been the main event here. You can't ask for a better game to lead into the open division here. Congratulations to San Marcos Knights, and big congratulations to Santa Fe Christian on great seasons.
Well, that's going to wrap it up from Granite Hills High and El Cajon with your final score. Santa Fe Christian 6 and San Marcos 5. For my broadcast partner, Chris O'Mahony, Ted Bendrick, and our entire crew, I'm your humble play-by-play announcer, Mark Heller, saying so long, and we'll see you again in about 41 minutes. It's the Open Championship between the two top-ranked teams in San Diego County and the state of California, for that matter, between defending champion Poway and Torrey Pines. Until 41 minutes from now, so long and good night.